Hey guys, so the developer dropped a new patch notes update. It will go live next week. I'm gonna go through what's changed and what's coming, and it has a relation to do with slugging. So stick with me. I'm gonna go through this with you guys. All right. New feature: slugging reduction update. If a survivor is left in the dying state for a total of 90 seconds during a match, they gain the ability to pick themselves up after fully recovering. Added the option to enable or disable this mechanic in custom games. Okay, this is okay. Note perks that enable you to recover from the dying state, like Boon Exponential, will continue to function as before without needing to meet this requirement. Let's say you have Unbreakable, you can fully recover without needing to pass 90 seconds. Sorry, without needing to be on the ground for 90 seconds. It will also gradually increase the crawling speed for survivors who are left in the dying state. They added the ability for survivors to recover while crawling. Recovery now occurs passively with no need to hold a button. So as soon as you go down, you start recovering, and you can move around while recovering. So this will be interesting. And there is a perk that also did the same thing. I don't know what its name is, the Detective Tab perk. I'll post an image here of it, so you know what I'm talking about. And this perk is it does the same thing as what it's stated here. It'll allow you to recover while moving. I want to know how they update it, or how they will like fix it now that it's base kit. Several survivor and killer perks are updated to account for these changes. Dev note: when it comes to this is the dev note. When it comes to slugging, we know that it can be frustrating if you're on the receiving end of it too often or for too long, but we also know that sometimes it's the smart move. This updated system acknowledges this, allowing the killer to slug occasionally where they feel like it's the right call, but eventually kick in and swing in the survivor's favor if the slugging is used excessively. A big part of this is also making the experience of being slugged a bit more pleasant, as much as being slugged can be, at least. The recovery changes and crawling speed will give you a bit more agency when down, so you aren't just holding a button and waiting for someone to come save you. Okay, plot twist will also be, now just thought about it, plot twist will also be updated. But this is interesting because this slugging update, slugging reduction update, anti-slugging update, whatever you want to call it, I think it will incentivize more bully squads, because let's say a bully squad runs a no hooking build, and now they have a base kit no slugging build. So this will be interesting to see. Like, this is gonna be a bit like mean towards killers. I don't know what's the correct term, like unfair to killers, because like I said, survivors running like a no hooking build or sabo build or whatever build, like you must slug against those survivors. If they have anti-slugging mechanics, then they're going to abuse that as well. I'm sure this will be tweaked in the future. Like, let's say not total 90 seconds, let's say 120 seconds. And yeah, I think it would be good. But 90 seconds is the equivalent of like one gen, more or less one generator. Okay, tunneling reduction update. When a survivor is hooked, their hook status is hidden from the killer when they're unhooked. When they're unhooked, there is no notification, and their hook status isn't revealed immediately. So you will not receive a notification when a survivor is unhooked. You know, like a little sound effect that comes in with the little clouds thing. Yeah, it will not be revealed when a survivor is unhooked. This is disabled once all generators are completed. Unhooked survivors gain the following effects for a limited time. Okay, haste, endurance, and elusive, which is a new status effect that we'll look into in the future. No collision with other survivors, both killer and survivor. immunity to killer instinct, and sees the killer's aura nearby. So, babysitter? Reverse babysitter, I think. Yeah, I think reverse babysitter for the survivor. Wicked. There it is. It's like Wicked when you unhook. It's like a mini Wicked. These effects are lost when the affected survivor performs a conspicuous action. All these effects, except haste and endurance, are disabled once all generators are completed. Added a unique effect, so the killer hooks state UI that indicates the last survivor they hooked. Okay, this is interesting. So the HUD, the killer HUD, will receive like a little indicator or button or something that will tell the killer that this is the last survivor you hooked. Now, as for killers, after completing a unique hook, the same survivor is not hooked consecutively. Like you downed a survivor, you hooked them, you downed another survivor and you hooked them. This is the unique hook. The killers get the following benefits. Bonus damage for the next generator kick, like a mini pop. Temporary haste status effect. Okay. Mini thrilling tremors, I think. Thrilling tremors, but improved. Temporary reveals survivors. Think base kit, barbecue, and chili. That have less or equal hook states to the hooked survivor. Now, these effects might be an issue for the following killers: the Blight, the Dark Lord, the Ghoul, the Hillbilly, and the Nurse. But those effects, for those killers, they will be lessened. So they will receive like a slightly lesser percentage or slightly lower time on, let's say, the aura reveal. They will have slightly lower time on the aura reveal. And the effects are disabled once all generators are completed. Now, they added a new effect that desensitized tunneling. If a survivor dies before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial. So, you know, like the little icon that shows you how many hook states you have, like it goes in a circle. Yeah, if you receive before the middle, if you kill a survivor before you reach the middle point, it will give all other survivors more of a chance to faster gen repair speed. I don't know what percentage it will be, but it will be faster repair speed. If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed or blocked. Okay, this is interesting. Is it temporary though? Because let's say I hook Nia, it's her second hook, and no one came to save her. Like, what do I do? No one came to save her. She just died. She got sacrificed on hook. So do they receive like the 6? And she died before reaching 6 hook states. What do we receive? Like the generators cannot be regressed, and they receive bonus to repair speed. This is gonna be interesting. Added the option to enable or disable these new mechanics in custom games. Okay. Updated several survivor and killer perks to account for these changes. Okay. Dev note: it is no secret that tunneling can be seen as an efficient way to play for killers. While this can be true, it's also true that the results of this can be frustrating for survivors, leading to trials ending too quickly for some while leaving others to fend for themselves in a match that is now much more difficult. The intention here is for both roles to feel the benefits and incentives that come from spreading hook states. On the one end, survivors have better opportunities to evade and reset after on hooks, while also limiting those tough situations where losing a survivor too quickly causes things to go south quickly and snowball. On the other hand, killer are able to apply more map pressure and push back against efficient teams, covering ground post hooks and strengthening gen regression. Okay, so this is the way they are thinking of it. Okay, interesting. Now we're gonna look at the new status effect, the elusive status effect. And this new status effect that silences grunts of pain and suppresses survivor aura, pools of bloods, and scratch marks. So you can think of it as like off the record and babysitter working together. To start, we'll be using this new status effect as part of the tunneling reduction update, but plan to integrate this into relevant existing perks down the road to make the description more streamlined. Arguably, the easiest way to look at this is a survivor version of undetectable, in that when it's active, you know when you're in stealth mode. Ah, okay, so it's like the undetectable mode for survivors. Okay. Tome lore updates. Tome lore update. Updated the tome lore menu to feature new tomes and accompanying lore alongside each chapter release. New lore is unlocked each week within the active tome. Ever since we reworked the tome, we've seen how much you've yearned for more lore. We're happy to share that beginning with 9.2.0, lore is back. While previously lore was tied to challenges, we want all players to have a chance to immerse themselves in these stories. So we've shifted it to a weekly unlock, not linked to any completion. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, this is for the lore fanatics. Now, new killer update. The Shape, Michael Myers is receiving a... Oh boy, okay. Michael Myers' power has changed. Replaced Evil Within with two modes that can be toggled with button press. Stalker mode, 4.2 movement speed, undetectable, and can stalk survivors. Pursuer mode, 4.6 meters per second movement speed, 24 meter terror radius, increased vault speed, bonus to launch range, break speed, and stun recovery, and cannot stalk survivors. Okay, so there's no more Evil Within. Or Evil Within is like reworked. I'm interested to see this. I'm gonna definitely do something with when the PTB is out. And once the stock meter once the stock meter is full, Evil Incarnate mode can be triggered at will, granting the following effects for a limited time. Note: survivor no longer become exposed. Ooh, this will be interesting. So no more infinite tier 3 Myers. Okay. 4.6 meters per second movement speed, 40 meter terror radius, and increased fall speed. Unlocks Slaughtering Strike ability. So this is a new type of ability. Hold the power button to charge this ability, reducing movement speed. Press the attack button while charging to quickly launch forward, adjusting your angle as you move. The length of the launch depends on the charge time. So basically they made Michael Myers into Wesker? Okay, not Wesker, into Demogorgon? Huh. Okay, so they gave him like an ability similar to Demogorgon. Okay, if a survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. Okay, so stronger than Demogorgon that can insta-down you while you are in Evil Incarnate mode. Okay. So I think this is like a stronger version of tier 3. If a survivor enters this ability can also be used to destroy pallets. Okay, so similar to Demogorgon. Unlocks the ability to grab and kill or perform a regular Mori on survivor who would die the next time they are hooked. So base kit Mori. Like Pyramid Head. Huh. Nice. Okay. Okay. Adjusted some of the mechanics of stalking. Removed the limited pool of stock points per survivor. Okay. Reduced the stock range to 32 meters and removed distance modifier. Okay. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed but incurs a reduced stock rate. All right. Add-ons are reworked. Dev note: by moving away from linear Evil Incarnate Evil Within tiers, we wanted to give players more tools they can use to adapt each trial's unique situations, while keeping the core of what makes him the Shape. Slaughtering Strike makes for a high-threat offensive attack, offering up an insta-down opportunity with an extended lunge that's particularly effective in loops and for ripping through pallets quickly. Understanding his kit has changed quite a lot. We've done a pass on nearly all his add-ons, reworking many of them to offer more unique effects. In particular, for those who prefer his old playstyle, Fragrant Tuft of Hair will change Evil Incarnate to function like old Myers, offering an exposed effect and no Slaughtering Strike. Stay tuned for patch notes for full details on these changes. All right, let's see. We'll see what they do with the patch notes when they come. Clown. Yes, the Clown updates. The Clown is a minor update. Increased activation time of Afterpiece Antidote. Okay, they increased it. They reverted the change. Increased how long the Afterpiece tonic... oh, wait. No. This is the Antidote. Okay. The Toxic one. Increased how long the Hindered lingers after leaving the smoke. So this is for survivors. Dev note, we've heard your feedback that the Clown's easier to activate haste, can make instigating and maintaining chase less interactive for survivors. That, coupled with nerfs to his purple bottles, has pushed players toward his frustrating tactics. To make both bottles feel like viable options without being too oppressive, we've adjusted the values of their most impactful qualities to strike a balance between pre-9.1 values and life values. So, but I think more people will go for the Antidote. Like, they slightly increased it. They slightly increased the activation. I think from 1 second to 2 seconds, but still. Or 1.5 seconds. The Unknown increase the additional time added to weakened when, okay, so when injured by UVX projectile. Okay, so weakened now adds more time when you are injured by a UVX projectile. Increased movement speed recovery after teleporting, increased camera vertical range, adjusted several add-ons. The Unknown is largely considered to be fun to play as and against, and we want to preserve that while adapting to the current state of gameplay. We've buffed the UVX slightly while also taking what we learned from the animatronic to allow for orbitals. Improving UVX aiming and making for even more fun gameplay. It's also likely no surprise that Blurry Photo is the most used add-on for the Unknown, given the importance of speed recovery. To help create an opportunity for more add-on experimentation, we've converted a portion of this add-on into a base kit buff, while also doing a pass on other add-ons that are due for some adjustments. Okay, the Dark Lord. Medium update, the Dark Lord vampire form slightly reduced Hellfire cooldown, which is good. Increased total of Hellfire pillars by 1. Okay, reduced Hellfire charge, movement speed, slightly increased slowdown time after casting Hellfire. Wolf form increased pounce attack charge time, increased scent orb spawn time. Bat form increased movement friction to make flying easier to control. Okay, so this is just like a quality of life improvement for the bat form. Adjusted his add-ons, a few number changes. Vampire form is slightly less oppressive in short loops where movement slowdown has less of an impact, and toning down wolf form's mobility, which has been outclassing some dash killers. On the flip side, you'll find bat form easier to control in tighter spaces and can use Hellfire slightly more frequently and reach further with it. Okay, Ghoul. When grabbing a survivor on the other side of a vault with Kagone Leap, the survivor is released at the start of the Ghoul's vault instead of at the end. Okay, it's no secret that it's been a common pain for survivors to be locked in place when hit with a Kagone Leap grab attack, across a vault. A survivor shouldn't have to wait for the ghoul to finish their vault before being able to move again. So we've removed this tech. What have they broke instead? The Oni. Hooking survivor now spawns more blood orbs. Okay, this is good. Dev note, we understand that with the changes we're making to address slugging, this will impact the Oni slightly, so we want to mitigate this by turning hooked survivors into a greater source of power gauge buildup. The Oni is reworked with more quickly snowballing power by hooking. Okay, so that has been the anti-slugging update, tunneling reduction update, and Michael Myers rework update. Stay tuned for when the PTB goes live. I'll be doing a video on it then. For the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye bye.